channel. So I'm coming at you with a thrift store haul today, and to talk a little bit about eBay, because I haven't talked about it in a while, and that is one of the ways that I make an income. I started off eBay months before I started doing Arise, which is a work from home platform, and it worked. You know, I was a little skeptical about it at first because I had never sold anything online, but once I got the hang of it and learned from some of the mistakes that I was making, like not having a scale in the beginning, it became, you know, the journey got a little smoother. Over the year, I did realize what works and what doesn't work for me. It's going to be different for every seller. So although I do watch some eBay reseller videos, I never just do exactly what they do, because everybody is different. Everybody runs their eBay different, and the sourcing is going to be different. The things that you're listing are going to be different. You know, the way you price stuff are going to be different. So it's never going to be exactly the same. So I never try to duplicate what someone else is doing. I just do what works for me. So one of the things that I've learned over the year is of me selling is that for me, it's better to sell in more than one type of category. When I first started selling on eBay, I was selling a little bit of everything except for like jewelry, makeup, cologne, those type of things. But I was selling shoes, men's and women's accessories, some toys here and there, like stuffed animals. I was selling kid clothing, DVDs, books, hair accessories. I don't know if I said that, like flat irons, hair rollers, and things like that. Pretty much anything that someone would give me that was worth selling, if it wasn't too damaged or anything like that. And then a couple of months ago, well, back in August, of course we had to move. I still haven't talked about that whole situation yet, but whatever. We had to move, and so now we're here at Mom's house, so everything is completely different. The hours of the post office is different, whereas when I first started selling, or before we moved, I had access to a post office that didn't close until 8 o'clock, 6 o'clock on the weekends. But now I'm in the area where the post office closes at 5 o'clock, and on the weekends it closes at 12. So, you know, I had to adjust to that. And then I had to adjust to the way that I stored my items. Now, before we moved, I had a whole lot of items listed, but they're in storage. And I found myself having to refund people back their money in the beginning because I didn't have the item. And so I just took everything off and said, bump it. You know, when I get a chance to go to the storage and get them out, then I'll relist them. But until then, I'm just going to start sourcing for new items. And in my mind, I was thinking, well, the way that I have to store things here is a little bit different, and I don't want to take up too much space. So what would be easy to store? And I thought to myself, clothing, because I typically wash everything that I buy. I fold them up really nice and put them in storage bags, and that's how I keep them stored. And you can fit a lot of those, you know, if you lay them flat, even if you do them sideways, you can fit a lot of those storage bags with the clothing item in it in a bin. But then I started to notice that my sales had slowed down. When I was selling more than one type of item, I had pretty good sales. When I started selling just clothing, when I was narrowing myself down to just selling clothing, my sales started to slow up, and I didn't like that. Me personally, you know, when you're used to something going one way and it's working, and then you switch it up and then it's not working the way that you want it to, or it's not doing as good as you thought it would do, I'm the type of person that goes back to what was working. Okay, so I have come to the conclusion that there is no reason, if sales aren't increasing or aren't consistent like they used to be with just clothing, why narrow myself to just selling clothes? Okay, and I know that sounds crazy because when you go into the reseller community, You see people, a lot of the resellers selling clothing and selling certain types of clothing and things like that. But they're doing what works for them, and they have the sources, the resources to get a whole lot of items. I do eBay on a budget, so I haven't gotten to the point where, you know, I can take $1,000 or $2,000 and just go buy a whole bunch of inventory. When I build up to that point, then maybe. But the truth is, you know, I take what I sell on eBay. That's the money I use to go sourcing for new items. Okay, and if I'm not making a lot of sales, then I don't have a lot of money to work with. Every now and then I do take money out of my check and then I go sourcing for items, but who wants to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, when I first started eBay, I did not have a store. I was nervous about getting a store because I wasn't sure if I was gonna make enough sales to cover the fees of the store, the final value fees and things like that. But then I just stepped out on a leap of faith one day before the whole life changed, and I got an email for a promotion where I could pay $5 for like 3 months for a store. Well, that promotion has run out. Okay, so I'm now paying the basic store fee, which is $20 rounded up, plus any final value fees from items that I sell. So even though it's the holidays, there is that conception out there that, hey, you sell a lot on the holidays. And last year I did sell a lot on the holidays. However, I wasn't selling just clothing. You see what I'm saying? I was selling more than clothing. This year, totally different. I'm not making as many sales, and that's why I need to go ahead and go back to what works. And just figure out the whole storage and all that stuff, you know, storing my items and all of that as I go, because I mean, it is what it is. I'm trying to make money, you know what I'm saying? Doing eBay is not just a hobby for me, although it is fun to go, you know, it opens up that opportunity for you to go shopping, but the truth is, it is another hustle, it is another way of making income, and if I'm not making any money from it, then I need to change that, okay? So I have a thrift store haul for you guys. These items are items that I'm gonna be listing in my store, although most of it is just clothing, but whatever, I'm just gonna add to it. So I'm just gonna show you guys what I picked up over the weekend, because me and my mom went thrift store hopping because she's interested in selling on eBay herself. So she, you know, she got inspired to go become an eBay reseller and wanted to go to as many thrift stores as we could get to in a day to find items so that she can start building her store. And it's funny because now we all are eBay resellers. I've been selling on eBay for a little bit over a year now. My brother and his wife had started selling on eBay. Their niche is more like antique items, and then my mom, now she's getting into it because everybody needs a side hustle. You should not have just one source of income. You know what I'm saying? Because nothing is guaranteed. So any way that you can try to make money, you know, if it's something positive and it's not, you know, something negative or anything like that, I would suggest you do it. I've had some people email me about starting eBay, and they were asking me, well, what do I think they should sell, or, you know, and all that type of stuff. I say go with what your heart tells you to sell. If you want to sell just clothes, then go with that. If you want to sell kitchenware and or electronics, go with that. If you want to sell a little bit of everything, go with that. I had somebody email me asking me, is it better to sell across the board a wide range of items or just stick to one niche? At the time, I think I told her to stick to one niche, but I tried that, you guys, for the last couple months, and sticking to one niche is not working for me. And so my answer has changed on that. If she asks me again, or if she sees this video, then yes, boo, my answer has changed. I say just sell, you know, whatever you think you want to sell. You know what I'm saying? There is no rules or regulations saying that, hey, you shouldn't sell this, or hey, you shouldn't sell that, or you should sell this type of way. Yeah, everybody has their way of doing things, but you have to do what works for you. So anyways, with that being said, I have been seeing some items that I thought were sellable. They were pretty cute. I did research each of these items on eBay under the sold listings, and everything that I picked up is under sold listings, you guys. So I did not pick up just, you know, random stuff this time hoping that they would sell. Although I do that sometimes. I do tend to go to the thrift store and just pick up things like, oh, I think that somebody would think this is cute, and then I'll pick it up and then I'll resell it. But this time I took my time because of the type of items that I'm buying. I just didn't want to just get anything. So I found these two. These are some glasses, and when I researched it, I think they are German. I don't know what that says, but if you guys can see that, I don't know how to pronounce it. Let's put it like that. And I actually saw a shot glass version of this exact same photo with the wording on eBay as well. And these were 99 cents a piece. I believe I only paid half off for them though, because every time, one thing I do is when I go to the thrift store, I look to see what colors are half off for that day, and those are the colors that I look for. So everything that I picked up was half off, you know what I'm saying? So these happen to be on two different shelves, but I feel like they can be put together as a set. And so I'm gonna sell these. The gold rim is not broken up or anything like that, so they're in pretty good condition. I'm gonna run them through the dishwasher before I take photos of them and get this sticker off, because before the sale they were 99 cents. And so because I saw them both, I said, well, let me pair them together and sell them like that and see how well that does. So let me put this back, because they were kind enough to wrap this stuff up for me in newspapers. So I'm gonna, until I get them cleaned up and listed, that's how I'm gonna keep them, so that they don't break. And I keep them right now in my closet because I'm scared that if I put them in the garage with my other stuff, that something will happen to them. Alright, so, and these items came from, like, we went to a couple of Goodwills, Value Village, and then there was some other thrift stores that we went to that I think were just called thrift stores. There's a lot of those around this area, and then there's a couple of flea markets too. So these are some glasses with Marilyn Monroe on them. I did some research on these, and these actually sell. I've seen a couple that sell as a set, like a set of 4, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take the gamble and sell them as a pair. And so I'm not gonna take the wrapping off, but I hope you guys can see the other photo over here. These are Marilyn Monroe glasses. They have her signature on the bottom. So I think that they would sell for a pretty decent profit. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna sell any of this stuff for yet. I'm gonna do it based on what I see it was sold for on eBay, because these items actually sold on eBay by other buyers. So I'm pretty pleased with everything that I picked up, and I'm glad I took my time because I found some pretty good stuff. Now I found this, and I saw buyers selling this as a pair with a mushroom recipe mug, soup mug, or whatever you want to call it. But I thought this was cute, so I'm gonna list this. It's tomato soup, and then there's a recipe. I'm gonna clean it up. There's no cracks or anything in it. I paid half price, so this was originally $1.91, and then, you know, half of that is what I paid for it. And I believe that one came, this one came from the Goodwill. Okay, so this item right here raised a little tension at the register. because I was not leaving the store without it. This is a vintage Coca-Cola coffee mug, and there are 3 of them. The cashier did not want to sell me this item because they forgot to put a price on it. And my mom, when I was telling her what I had found, and then I showed her, you know, the sold items listing for these on eBay, she wasn't trying to allow me to leave the store without them. And I wasn't going to leave the store without them too. So we had the manager come to the front. She politely took them to the back to see how much she should price them for, and then she brought them back. She put on here $2.92, so I did pay $2.92 for these. They weren't part of the half off, and after all of the commotion or whatever that we had kind of caused, I don't think she was going to give them to me half off anyways. So whatever. One of them does have like a little chip right here, but you know what? It is what it is. I'll make sure I take a good photo of that and list in the description what it is. And I don't know if I'm gonna sell these 3 all together as one, or if I'm just gonna sell them one by one and create like a multiple listing. I'm really kind of going with creating like a multiple listing because there's only 3 of them. And if there were 4, then I would probably sell them as a set. But odd numbers kind of, it makes me feel like I need to sell them as singles, you know, in multiple listings or whatever. So I don't know what I'm gonna list these for, but yeah, these are vintage Coca-Cola coffee mugs. So let me wrap that back up. I thought that that was a pretty cool find. Let me put this other stuff back in the bag, y'all, so I don't accidentally, because it's so fragile and I don't want to break anything. I don't want to accidentally, you know, do any of that. So I've got another bag here, and now this is from the Value Village. These items that I just showed you were from Goodwill and another thrift store. I can't remember the name of it, but this bag is specifically from the Value Village. And it is a mixture of clothing and other items. So yeah, so let's just start with the clothing, just get that out the way. This is Denim & Company, and it is a size large. Now that was another thing that I was having trouble with when I was going to source for clothing. My plan was to purchase just plus size clothing, but I had a hard time finding plus size clothing at the price point that I was willing to pay. It seemed like every time I found something in plus size, it would be a color that wasn't on sale that day. You know what I mean? So I just said bump it and went back to my original strategy, which was working. Anyway, I don't know why I tried to change it up, you guys. Go with what works, okay? I don't know why I tried to change it up, but I'm changing it back, okay? So I just picked up this shirt. I don't know, it just stood out to me for some reason. I feel like this is something that somebody can purchase and like wear like a tank top up under it. It's a 3/4 sleeve. It's blue and white. It's kind of thin material. Let's see, does it say what type of material it is? It is cotton and polyester. So, you know, I just thought that it was something cute. It was really cheap. I forget how much it was because I actually started taking the tag off of some of these items before I decided to make this video. So I can't remember how much it was, but keep in mind everything was half off. My price point for clothing is no more than $2 unless it's like a really cute item. Or the other day when I went to the thrift store, I did see like this corduroy coat. And it was so cute, and I thought I was gonna list it on eBay, but I liked it on Olivia better. It was originally priced for $10 and it was half off that day, and I could not pass it up because it was so cute. It had like a furry inside and a hat. It had just a really gorgeous design on the inside, and it was all corduroy. It was beige, and I just really liked it. For Olivia, it's a little bit big on her, but she can roll the sleeves up, she'll be fine. But yeah, other than that, I try not to pay more than $2 for an item, okay? Because the way that I price my stuff, I don't price it high, but I don't, I try not to buy something that's gonna, I try to make as much profit as I can with an item. So I feel like if I'm only paying a certain amount, then I have a better chance of making a high profit. So this is a shirt from Express, and I thought that this was really cute. The color might be off a little bit. It's kind of like it's like a pink coral type of color. I don't know if you could tell. It probably looks red on the screen, but it's really nice. It's something that someone can wear to work. It's long sleeve. Again, it can be either worn by itself or you can put a tank top up under it. This is a size small petite. So, and then this is just a plain old, this is an Eddie Bauer shirt, size small. I don't know. I just said, well, let me just give it a try. It was like hella cheap, and it's all purple. It's just a button-up shirt, and with the collar. And when I picked it up, it didn't look like anyone had actually worn it. It is a little bit wrinkled because it's been sitting in this bag. Then I picked up this skirt. This one still has the tag on it. So $360 was the original price, and then half of that is what I paid. So I thought that this skirt was pretty cute. Again, career wear, and actually this shirt could probably go with it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so at the bottom it has like this little fringe down here. I really like it, and it zips up in the back. There is no button, there's no damage or anything like that, and this is by Granite, and it's a size 14. So then I found this skirt, and I thought that this was pretty cute. I think that someone would like it. And this was, well, I take that back. I paid a little bit over $2 for this because half off, so it's $4.69. I didn't catch that, but anyway, so this is the skirt. I wanted to add more bottoms to my store because I have a lot of tops, and I wanted to add more bottoms. So anyways, it's got this little closure right here, and then it zips up in the back. And what I liked the most about it, what caught my attention, was just this little, how it is in the front right here. It's just, button up like a button, but really it's stitched in, so you can't take this off. But I just thought that it was cute. It's green, pink, and white. And this right here was $2.69, but I paid half, of course. So I thought this was cute. This is a Mossimo shirt. Let me take this off so I can see what size it is. Yeah, Mossimo Supply Company, which I think is a Walmart brand. I'm pretty sure it's a Walmart brand. But it's so cute, I just thought another, maybe somebody could wear this to work again, with a tank top or something like that, with a coat that they could put over it, and maybe like a skirt or some slacks or something. So it's really cute. It's gray, it's got flowers on it, and then it's got this little ripple bottom here, and it is short sleeve, and it's kind of thin, and this is a small petite. So now that's with the clothing. Moving on to the good stuff, I found this Cayman Islands mug. I saw a lot of Cayman Island mugs on eBay that were sold. I only paid 20 cents for this. These items were not half off. Typically at the Value Village, the household items, the only time they're marked half off, or they're half off at the register, is the last Wednesday of the month. So I paid full price for these, but it's still not bad because it was only 20 cents. So it's in good condition. That's what it looks like. I like the turtles. I think somebody who loves turtles and maybe has been to this place before would like to purchase it. Let me wrap that back up. This is a Costa Rica mug. I thought that this was really cute. It's not damaged, it's not chipped, it's not anything. It's just really beautiful. And this was 80 cents. And look at that handle, y'all. Yeah, I looked this up. I researched all of this stuff with the exception of the clothing, but all of this other stuff, the coffee mugs, the glasses, I researched all that. I took my time with that, and I didn't realize that there's a lot of people that buy, you know, because they maybe travel or something like that, or maybe they just like the design, that they buy coffee mugs that are from other countries or has other countries or other states on them. So I thought that that was really cool. It was the only one, so I picked it up. So that is really nice. It has peacocks on them. Let me wrap this back up. I just ripped the paper, so I'm gonna have to get some other kind of paper to wrap that. And I saw this. It is football season, so I said, why not? It is a Seahawks drinking mug. It's not damaged, cracked, chipped, or anything like that. This was 80 cents. This is a Team NFL glass for Cleveland, Ohio. Oh, well, it says Cleveland, Ohio on the bottom, but Seattle Seahawks. It is football season still, so I figured a fan would be interested in buying this. And last but not least, you guys, another cup like that tomato soup cup. However, this one is a little bit different. This one is mushroom soup, but it does not have the recipe on it. But I still thought it was cute anyways. I'm not gonna pair the two because I did see that there was one being sold as a pair. It was chicken soup and tomato soup, and both of them had the recipe on it. But since this one doesn't, I figured I would just sell it by itself. I think that's pretty cute. And I have to dishwash all of this. I might hand wash it or run it through the dishwasher. But this was just 60 cents, so yeah. So anyways, you guys, that's my little take on eBay and how it's been going for me so far. I'm still hanging in there, you know. If you've gotten into it, now if you plan on doing it as a hobby per se, and you're just getting stuff here and there and you don't really care about trying to make a consistent income with it, then I wouldn't read too much deep into it. But if you're like me and you're always looking for a legitimate side hustle to, you know, to supplement your income, then definitely try eBay. You really can't go wrong. There are some basics that you need to know, like don't make the mistake that I did in the beginning and not have a scale. Research your items. I research my items, I say 70% of the time. When it's items like these, like the coffee mugs and stuff like that, I definitely do research on them. I used to do research on clothing, but that just takes too long, and then I find myself being in the store for hours just constantly searching a brand of clothing and all of that stuff, deciding on if I'm gonna get it or not. Now I kind of source for clothing a little bit differently. I just pretty much go off of, well, you know, something that's different and cute, like this shirt. So that's what I go off on with clothing. So anyways, thank you guys for visiting my channel. Comment, like, and subscribe. Hello to all of my new subscribers, or re-hello to all of those that's been following me for a while. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.